Hello. Welcome everyone to the next lecture of data analytics using Excel. In this lecture, we'll be finishing our project where we were using Google Finance. Although we'll be deviating a little from what we were actually doing, we will learn how we can create a portfolio. But instead of teaching you what exactly can we do to create a portfolio of the entire project we were doing, I will give you a little more broader view so that you can understand that okay, creating a particular portfolio, getting data and creating strategies is not something that we can only use with Google Finance but other financial data as well, so that whenever you are trying to get more information about a particular company, let's say earning yield or ROCE or whatever it might be, you can still create these portfolios by yourself and you can learn. So if you can see my screen now, I have taken data from 2012 till 2022, that is approximately 10 years. And then I've taken market cap, momentum, net profits, 3-year profits, and 3-year CAGR of these profits, right? So one thing that I want all of you to actually know is I've taken these all of these companies and I'm taking 3-year CAGR. So whichever company is actually giving a higher CAGR for their profits. So let's say first year the company's profits were 10 and then it became 20 and then became 30. What is the percentage change on annualized basis for all of these years combined, right? Or the 3-year period. Whichever company is having the highest CAGR for profits, I will be buying that particular company for 1 year in my stock. That's the hypothesis that we are going to test. So I actually took market cap, momentum, net profits, and 3-year CAGR also. And then once I actually got all of this information, I actually went to create this dynamic table where the information is being written here. I copied all of these values here. There's 20 companies each and every year. And I've taken this data only for the top 50 companies, right? And why don't I have information for 12 and 13? Because if I'm creating a 3-year CAGR period, then I need to start from 14 only. And then only I can take base of 12. 2012 will not have a base of any particular year from past to actually write a 3-year CAGR period. And I've written all of that. It's right here in front of you, and this is the percentage return that these stocks have given me in the next year, right? And you can see all of them right here in front of you. The next thing that I did, I actually took an average. So you can see I took an average in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, because we are giving equivate. Now what do I mean by equivate portfolio? Let's say you had 20 stocks and you had 100 rupees. If you have to equivate all the stocks in your portfolio, then you will be buying 5 rupees of a stock A, stock B, stock C as well, all the stocks. That is the total portfolio value divided by number of stocks, so that you have equal amount in each and every stock. That's exactly what we are doing. And then what would be the return that you will be generating like this? That would be the average of all the returns of all the 20 companies that you have in your portfolio. Now for me, I would have taken 30 companies as well, but considering the fact that I have taken only top 50 companies in India at across all of these periods, and that's exactly why I'm just taking 20 companies in total. There's no point of actually doing 30 because it will actually reduce my profits a lot. Reason being, it will actually replicate index. And why we are developing all of these strategies, because we really want to beat these indexes in the first place, right? So you can see the averages are here, and the return of Nifty in all of those years is also written here. So, and once I actually had all of these combined together, I actually created a strategy where I'm taking 100 rupees as a base and I'm giving 8% increment in the first year. That is 100 multiplied by 1 plus 8%. That is my first year of the strategy, and it kept on continuing for all the years, and it will change dynamic. That will take the last year base and then give me 12% and then 36% and whatnot. Transaction cost is something which is not added here, and I'm taking CAGR only. I'm not withdrawing any money from my portfolio, right? So now you can see it better. And once I had all of these combined, I actually wrote a formula for CAGR. CAGR formula is whatever amount we have today divided by whatever amount we had initially, is 100 rupees. You can see J6 is our portfolio value today, and A1 is our portfolio value when we started, and we raise it to the power as an exponential 1 by 10. That is 1 by t, the number of years. So I invested for 10 years. That's why I'm doing give it the power of 1 by 10. 0.1 is the power that I want to give, and minus 1 will actually give me the CAGR. Convert the number into percentage, and I can see I'm getting a CAGR of 16.6 using my strategy. In Nifty, I'm actually getting 11.11. right? So this is one distinctive thing that we really need to focus on, that we are able to beat Nifty in the first place if I'm using this strategy. Now, in the last four lectures, whatever I've taught you, you actually need to see what are those companies which are, showing you the highest momentum. What do I mean by momentum? Let's say 750 companies are there. You will take the top 50 companies which had the highest price level increase, and then you will be bullish on those 50 companies. You will buy those companies for 1 year, and just like that, you will have this average percentages here. And then you will be able to create a portfolio just the way I have. Let's say you are giving 100 rupees, it can be 1000 also. CAGR will not be impacted. It's just that these figures will change. Look at the graph also. We are, let's say, creating a diamond here, and then it is growing like that. Nifty is going lower. If I'm, let's say, writing 1 lakh also, the graph will remain same. There's nothing that's going to change in this entire graph. So that is one thing you need to notice, that try to take smaller numbers so that you can analyze everything better. In bigger numbers, you might be able to, forget about thousands or, a few thousands and hundreds, which we do not want. We really want to see how the entire thing is working for all the years. Then I created something known as a bar graph. So for the same, I selected everything, and then I went to insert and recommended charts. I created a bar graph. I like this one, clustered column. I clicked on OK, and you can see the same graph is being displayed here. The other thing which I wanted is this one. That is, selected this and selected this. I'm having my hand or control key so that I can select multiple rows. Then insert, same again, recommended charts. I can see, and I can click on OK here, and I have my graph here. I adjusted it the way I wanted to, and here I go. I have the graph in front of me. But in this lecture, we're not focusing on how you can create graphs, although I'm teaching you just because I have it in front of me. I've taken 3-year profit for Nifty 50, and this is a 20 stock portfolio. It's a sharp ratio that you can see I've created, although you don't need to necessarily learn it. For this lecture, just know what is that one thing that you really want to create or test those hypotheses that you are creating with the data. You take financial data of all of these companies, and then you actually see what can be the projection of all the years, and then compare it with Nifty. So I took equi-weight. You can actually give other weightage also, and then you can see what is a percentage change in your portfolio, and you can create your own formula here. All that matters to us is what is the return these stocks would have given if you're using a strategy. You have a thought in your mind, you need to test it in the past. Okay, it might happen that I'm taking this a 5-year, right? Then I will start from, instead of 14, I will start from 16. 5-year profit increase, I will be bullish on them for 1 year. It can be 6 months, it can be anything. You can create your own hypothesis and test. So to be very honest and to be very frank with all of you, when I started learning Excel and all of these tools, I actually had a lot of these doubts in my mind. And I actually started working with these strategies, and I created a plethora of strategies, like hundreds and 2000s of strategies in my mind, implemented like most of them, and created strategies that will work in my portfolio. Some of the stocks that I have picked have made my money 10x at times, right? And it has worked, like logically it has worked, and I've seen that working with my own money that I've entered within in the market itself. Sometimes these strategies work, but you also have to think of the risk appetite that you can take while you're working with all of the strategies, right? So I hope you're the very best. I really want all of you to actually sit and think what you really like. If you do not like financial data, you can skip it, you can think of something else, but try to create a particular project for your own self, and then work on it and create the entire project just the way I have, right? So I would urge each and every one of you to actually get information of all the 10 years, and then get averages, and then create the entire portfolio the way I have. You can look at the formula of CAGR again. It is the final value. You can go on Google also and search for it, right? So this would be the last lecture for the project that we were working on. So that would be it. I'm Dhruv. I was your tutor for the day. I loved the entire project. This is very close to my heart. If you have any doubts, you can contact me, and if you need any suggestion of what you need to do after this, there's a book. If you want to go with financial data only, there's a book of the little book that still beats the market. You can search for the PDF over internet. You can find it. You should download, and you can see what is the strategy Joel Greenblatt, that's the author of the entire book, has created. I read the book when I was 16 or something, and that's where I actually got my bug of financial analysis using data, I'm not going to go with fundamental analysis or something, right? So it might help you a lot to get a lot of ideas and see how strategies can be made in the market in the first place, and you can leverage them to work around with them. That would be it. Thank you so much for joining.